Oscar Bevis for IFL TV in association with MTK Global. I'm here today at the Matchroom Gym, joined by Mr. Felix Cash, who's just finished training. Happy New Year, Felix. How are you?
Happy New Year, mate. Yeah, all good, you?
Not bad, not bad. I've just sort of come to see some of the lads get their thoughts on their 2019 and what 2020 could have in store for them. First things first, I'm just going to start with rate your 2019 out of 10.
Probably a 6.
Yeah.
I finished obviously in a good fight at the end of the year, but only fought twice tonight. So it's a good year, obviously. Two good wins. Picked up the Commonwealth title. So I want a bad year, really, if you look at it that way. But I could have been a bit more busier and been out maybe 4 times and been a couple of fights ahead now than where I'm at the moment.
Well, it didn't end on too bad of a note because an entertaining fight as well as a win, and of course you got the Commonwealth. Do you really mind that the fight was entertaining, or was it just sort of for you? So how do you assess that performance? Because it was an entertaining fight, but I can imagine you sort of seen holes in yourself and knew you were a bit better than that.
No, definitely. But to me, I didn't box probably even 50% of what I was.
Is there a reason for that?
I don't know really what the reason is. Maybe I just, I was hunting him down, dropped him in the first round, and I think once I dropped him, I think I was just hunting for him all night, and I went away from my boxing a little bit. But this is what it is, mate, and you live and learn, and got the win, and like you say, it was entertainment for fans and people watching. So yeah, it was all good, really.
I said about your 2019 and you said obviously you wanted to be more active, but was it a tough 2019 for sort of the guys down here and some of the guys trained by Tony Sims as well? Because of course you had the disappointment with John up in Liverpool, and then you had the disappointment with Ted with a couple of decisions. Was it sort of tough?
All camp really had a terrible year, really, with decision-wise. It was anything that went points, we didn't seem to get it. But even Spider Richards in the semi, he drawed, and I thought he'd done enough to, even though it was a close fight, I thought he'd done enough to nick the fight, especially being the home fight. You think he would have got a decision. He got a draw there. Then obviously Ted, I thought Ted definitely won the Scott Fitzgerald fight. I thought he won 7-5, even 8-4. But they give it to Scott and give it to him by a few rounds too. And then obviously John, I thought John definitely done enough to win the fight. Boxed really well, boxed out of his skin, was bullying really Callum in the last couple of rounds. So, and he never got a decision. He got beat by a few rounds in the judges' scorecards. And then you got even Ted then with when he boxed at York Hall, he got a draw. So against Kieran Conway. So, I don't know what we're doing wrong. Someone obviously don't like the gym, but we'll see, won't we?
Does it sort of play in your mind when you fight that perhaps if you were to go to points and you've had some of your stablemates that happen to them, or is it something that's just part and parcel of boxing nowadays?
It's just part of boxing, isn't it? I don't really think too much about it, because you think too much about it, you know what I mean, you're worrying about the wrong thing. You got to keep going there and do the job, and then whatever happens, and you got to obviously stay focused and make sure I'm going to do the job, but finishing with it in your own hands would be better. 2020,
obviously you like to be more active. What's next is sort of possibilities. You're looking at British, you've got the Commonwealth defences at that European level. I can imagine you want to make a step up, but perhaps not too much of a step up, because we've seen fighters, especially a lot of Matchroom and Sky guys, step up just a little bit too early. Perhaps what we saw with Ted, with Sergio Garcia. So you just want to be careful, but you want to step it up.
Yeah, definitely. You got to take the right fight at the right time. But I'm 26 now. I've been in this game a long time. I'm 26. I've been boxing since I'm fucking 10 years of age. So I've been about a bit. I'm ready to kick on now, and I'll fight anyone. So I leave it up to Tony and Eddie, who I'll fight next, and whoever they put in front of me, I just make sure I deal with them and do a job on them. But no, I definitely want to do more titles this year, and European would be nice. The British would be nice. So if I can clear up them 2 belts this year, it'd be a good year for me.
Have you got a date in mind? Sort of the first one?
And the first one, I'm fighting the 28th of March at the
We believe to be Usyk Chisora.
Usyk Chisora is meant to be, so that's another good card. I'm meant to be on that one, so hopefully I can get something for that. So that's what I'm fighting.
Would you prefer to be sort of lower down on a big bill, perhaps a pay-per-view bill like Usyk Chisora would be, or would you sort of prefer to be near the top or headlining sort of a York Hall show?
I don't know.
Because you have been on quite a lot. I remember when you started out, you sort of got to 5-0, and you were on quite a lot of big shows.
Yeah. I don't know, because I think the pay-per-views are good, because you're getting so many bigger audience coming in. Then you got America, when you got big fighters coming on, you get a lot of other people tuning in. So I know you'd be a bit lower down on, but like you say, when you're on a different show, a Sky show, and it's not pay-per-view, and you're higher up on the card, the arena's packed out. When you're fighting, so, and it's better atmosphere. Otherwise, you're a bit lower down that pay-per-view card sometimes, especially in a big arena. There's not many people in there. Even though there might be a few thousand in there, but it don't seem like it.
Right, I'm going to ask you about Wilder Fury now, because obviously Wilder Fury Fight Week's coming up, sort of the big one on everyone's lips at the moment. Struck a prediction out there for me straight off the bat.
I'm going to go... Listen, it's a hard one because I reckon Fury will beat him. If it goes points, Fury all day long. But, you know, he's got a devastating right hand, Wilder, so... But I think Fury's going to do it. I think Fury will outbox him and for the 12 rounds.
Like, so sort of what we saw before then?
What we saw before, it's very similar to what we do before.
How did you score the first one? Were you one of those who said Fury won?
I thought Fury won, but he got the 2 knockdowns, the 2 knockdown rounds. I give that to Wilder, but Wilder never won another round, I don't think. Maybe one other round. So he would have lost 7-5.
Right, and obviously we'd like to see Joshua versus the winner of Wilder Fury. What fight would you say is more appealing, perhaps, from a boxing perspective? To sort of the styles, and if they're to jump in the ring, Joshua Wilder or Joshua Fury?
I think everyone will want to see Joshua Wilder. Some people, because they think they're going to see a big knockout. You know, one of them's going to go, aren't they? You know what I mean? Because they both come to fight, and you know, I think a lot of people want to watch that. But I prefer to see Fury beat Wilder, and then get all British showdown.
From a British perspective, yeah.
All British showdown with Joshua and Fury.
All right, Felix, thanks for giving me some of your time. Can let you go now, and hopefully speak to you later on in the year, perhaps March 28th Fight Week.
Yeah, no worries.
Gold Star Promotions is proud to present Floyd Money Mayweather. The man himself is coming to the UK for his UK tour, February and March 2020. For all info and tickets, goldstarpromotions.co.uk.